to his brother that like had knee surgery.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hey guys, thank you for joining. What does that say? Hello. Hi guys, thank you for joining in. Welcome, Camp Augas. We'll go ahead and get started here soon. Thank you guys, thank you guys. Welcome back guys, welcome to Camp Augas. We'll go ahead and get blah, 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 blah. We'll go ahead and get started here soon. Hi guys, welcome, welcome. We'll go ahead and get started here soon. As always, start prepping up your station. If you are gonna make our aguas with us. If you are not making your aguas and you're just watching, then sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll go ahead and get started in 4 minutes. We'll get started in 4 minutes. Remember to like, comment, and share the video to be entered into the giveaway. We have a few more baking baskets to give away before we start on to the new one. So make sure you like, comment, or share the video. I would ask you to share it more than anything. That way you can enter the win into the video. Thank you guys for joining. We'll go ahead and get started here soon. Alrighty guys, we'll go ahead and get started here soon in about 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and get started. If you are making aguas with us today, we are making horchata, limonada, and melon. And then I'm gonna throw in a fourth one as a special bonus for you guys to watch. Again, these videos do stay on Camp Augas, so you're more than welcome to always log back on and retry this. If you're not doing it now, you want to do it later, you're more than welcome to. Did you answer something? Or did you ask me something?
Ask something.
What did it say?
Do we have any first timers?
Do we have any first timers today? We love to hear our first timers. We love to give you a shout out, one. And we always like welcoming new timers as well. So if you are going to be, I don't know if there's a melon emoji, huh? I don't think so. If you are doing limonada with us today, make sure you comment a lime. That way we know you're doing limonadas. We are making horchata, limonada, and melon, Aguas Frescas. We are in Mexico right now. We are doing the country of Mexico. And then next month, we are going to be starting France. So if you are new to Camp Augas, every month up until the month of December, we will be learning different recipes from each country. And then we'll be doing different recipes, ingredients that you would find in your local store to do these recipes. So we are in week 3 of January. We have already done empanadas. This is aguas, arroz con leche, and then we have, what else?
Week 4, we have tortillas.
Oh, we have tortillas, so we're on week 4. So we have one more week of January of Mexico, and then we're going to be moving over to France. So today we are doing horchata, limonada, and I keep forgetting. Melon. Wow, the one I like. So we'll be doing all 3. You didn't have to do all 3 of them. You can just do 1, you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do all any of them you like. I am going to throw in a special one today. It's a really quick, simple recipe, so we'll throw that one in. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Welcome to Camp Augas. If you haven't been here before, yes, I am wearing another local, what is it called? A local influencer. I support them. So if you don't already. I can't do none of this code stuff. No. I don't have none of that for them yet. But yes, I support local. We are going to be doing Mexican Aguas Frescas. We are going to be doing Horchata, Melon, and Limonada today. And then I'm going to throw in a fourth one for you, just a special thing. We do leave the videos on here. That way you get an opportunity to always go back if you want to make them. These are very, very simple recipes, guys. I think the longest one is probably horchata. Everything else is super, super simple. So we're going to start really simple, and then we're going to finish with horchata because that one is a little bit more, it has more steps to it. Do remember that all these recipes can be altered however you feel like it. You don't have to do it exactly like I am. I'm trying to do it as authentic to Mexico as possible. You will see some things in here that you may not recognize to do in your horchata, melon, limonada. But just know that I have either done plenty of research, I've learned from somebody else, more authentic ways of doing this. So we'll go ahead and do that. I know we talked a little bit about doing enchiladas. That is I still want to do that. It's still wanting to happen. And I know some of you have reached out like, please do it. I've gotten some great ideas on alternatives. The only reason I am very hesitant on alternatives is because I want to try to keep it as authentic as possible. So I am actually going to put a poll on the Camp Puga and see who really wants to do it, who really wants to learn how to do it, or who probably won't take care of actually wanting to do it. So I'll give you guys the option. So as we're always, remember to like, comment, and share the video. We want to grow more Camp Puga members. I think we're like 4 or 5 away from 1,200 members. So keep sharing, keep liking, keep talking about the Camp Puga. If you haven't already been part of my actual Facebook, myself, personal Facebook, know that I am starting to branch out and doing private parties, wine pairings, private lessons. What else is on there? Wine pairings, private parties, private lessons. So that pretty much is you can go ahead and email me, ask me, hey, how do I get involved in this? I want to do a private party with me and the girls, a date night, or you can do a date night party with a whole bunch of couples. You email me, I shoot you out some recipes, different pricings on what you're looking for. We were just talking a little bit, probably even getting those, you pay a full price, and then I get all of those groceries shipped out to you, or you do it on your own and then just be ready for that date night or private party. Same thing how we do it here. We will go live in a Zoom and we'll just have some fun. It's an easier way to interact with you guys. It won't be a Facebook Live because I do want to incorporate so you guys can ask questions and we'll go through it together. We're going to have something from either a least expensive all the way up into like a nice red wine with a steak. So you can do something simple for the kids, doing a nice birthday party event. Or you can do a super nice dinner with your hubby, or your hubby wants to give you a nice Valentine's gift. I know Valentine's probably will be the hardest one. I probably will book up on that one to do private dinner nights. It's a great thing to do right now during the pandemic. It's a great idea. So you and your hubby kind of get in the kitchen, you do something a little fun, something different. I luckily get to be part of your Valentine's Day in your kitchen. You cook a nice meal together. I talk a little bit about what that wine is, what it holds, how is it good pairing into your meal, and then you move forward that way. So if you are interested in something like that, please reach out to me. My email is on that flyer. I'll be posting more flyers and I'll be posting more videos as soon as we start getting those parties going. I'll be showing those experiences so you can go ahead and get started into one of those. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I've been rambling too much as always, as I usually do. I am going to start with, what should I start with? Let's go ahead and start with our limonada. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have already pre-prepped, of course. I always like to pre-prep and then I'm gonna be all over the place. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring out those ingredients that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to bring my blender over here. Thank you. All right, so I have my blender here. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our limonada. Our limonada is gonna probably be the easiest recipe that we have. It is only 3 ingredients. You have your limes, you have your water, and you have your sugar. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different. You can add more sugar, less sugar. The one thing that you probably don't know that a lot of people don't know about the limonada, especially authentic Mexican limonada, is you're not squeezing the lime and then putting sugar. It's not like a regular lemonade. You're actually using the peel of the lemon. That's gonna give it its extra bitter taste. As well as, and we were also just talking, in Mexico, they like to be very resourceful. So they like to use every single ingredient they have, no matter what. You would be very surprised in Mexico, avocados are actually a dessert. So they're not here in El Paso or in the United States, we use it as like an avocado sauce, a salsa, a dip. In Mexico, you're gonna find it a lot in like a chocolate pudding. You're gonna find it in like an ice cream. They use it a lot as a dessert. So in limonada, they actually, instead of squeezing out your lemons like lemonade, limonada is actually used with your peel. So what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna dice up 6 to 8 of your limes, lime green. So that's a great way to remember your limes from your lemons. It's lemon yellow, lime green. That's always how I remember it. Anytime I need to get limes, I'm always like, oh shit, which one is it? Lime green, lemon yellow. So I have here about 6 to 8. I have 8 limes here that I'm going to be using. So you're gonna go ahead and dice these up and then you're gonna put them into your blender. Again, if you pre-prepped, you should already have them. And if you're doing just your limonada, then you can go ahead and start dicing them. Go ahead and add those on here. I am wearing a glove because I happen to cut myself, as always. So kiddos, remember that safety is very important. You're using your parents' guide to kind of guide you if your parents are gonna allow you to use a knife. Parents, I suggest, yes, you let them, but you also guide them through it. That way they start learning the safety ways of using a knife and the proper and safe ways of using a knife. When cooking, when not to use it. This is a great parent-kid instructional moment for you to teach your kid how to use a knife. And again, this is something for the future. I'm gonna put it out there in the world because that's how I manifest anything. But the future of Camp Puga is to finally go face-to-face and really do our face-to-face school. So those are things that we will start showing in Culinary Puga when we get into an actual location, is the importance and the safety of using a knife and how to use those knives. So let's go ahead and move forward. I always like to ramble. We have our limes here. We have them 6 to 8 limes diced up. We did leave the peel because you will still strain your limes, your lemonade, limonada, I should call it. Okay, so next thing we're gonna use is, we're gonna use 8 cups of water. Alrighty, so lucky for me, I already have measurements on my blender. You can go ahead and use what your measurement says on your blender, or you can go ahead and use the actual cup to measure out your water. I had water in the fridge already, ready to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 8 cups of water. There we go. Let's put that to the side. And then I need 1/2 cup of sugar. So I have my sugar here. Let me go ahead and grab my measuring cup. Now this is a moment where you can add more or less sugar, whatever you like. I'm gonna start with 1/2 cup, taste it at the end, and then I'll know if I need to add more. So I'm gonna do half a cup of sugar. Just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on here. And then we're gonna blend it. So you're gonna blend it until everything has emulsified, everything has kind of come together, and then we're gonna strain it. So let's go ahead and put this on medium and we'll let it go. Alrighty, so you're gonna let it go for about 2 to 3 minutes. I have a Ninja blender here, so it has a multi blades in it, so it blends a lot quicker. you're more than welcome to blend it a little bit more. What you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna go ahead and grab.
Gina said hers only goes up to 5 cups.
That's fine, Gina. You can go ahead and divide your recipe in half and do it half and half. So the full thing would be 8. So you can do 4 first and then 4 later. So you can do 3.5 limes or 4 limes and then do the other 4 limes if you want to do your full recipe, or you can cut your recipe in half and do it half and half. However you feel like doing it. Don't feel free to cut your recipe in half. Okay, so I have, like I said, I have the Ninja, so it has multiple blades in there, so it blends it up a lot quicker. You're gonna go ahead and grab your strainer and your pitcher where you're gonna house or keep your lemonade. I honestly, this is not my blender, so I don't know what to do. Oh wait, is that how you do it? Maybe. This isn't my blender, so I don't know how to use it. Is there a release button? Somebody on there have a Ninja? Oh! Hey, look, it says right here, turn, and it works. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the lid on there because there's a little release thing on here. Wow, this thing has a little turn and release thing, and I've never used it. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna strain out my limonada here.
What is the same twist?
Oh, thanks, guys. See, that's why I have you around. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start straining it. You're gonna end up with a lot of pulp because you're catching your lime peel plus the core. You're catching a lot in there, so that's what you want. Thank you. You're gonna strain it. Mmm, yummy. Oh. All right, so I have that all strained out. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, whoop. What do I need to do? So I got a new house, and then I expect to have all the counter space in the world. And now here I am needing more counter space. What are the odds? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have the 8 cups of lemon here. This is pretty much gonna be very, very concentrated. So I'm gonna wanna add some more water to it. I'm gonna add a little bit more here and then add some more, probably another 4 to 5 cups of water to kind of dilute the concentrate that is on there. And then I'm gonna taste it, and if I need some more sugar, then I'll use some more sugar. If not, I'll leave it as it is. All right, right there. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna mix it. All right, so I'm gonna put this aside. Thank you. Now I'm gonna try a little bit of it before I actually finish it off because I wanna make sure that it's sweet enough. I like my limonada sweet. I don't like it sour. I'm afraid this is gonna be sour. I'm even getting my like that quench of bitterness. Oh, that's really good. Ooh, it's sour. Okay, so I'm gonna add probably another half a cup of sugar. Ooh, that's sour. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up. And I know this is gonna be perfect, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my ice into my cup now. All right. So I'm gonna keep mixing that up. That's the limonada. You guys remember, if you have questions, fortunately I do have help now to answer questions for me. Either if he answers them for me, he'll answer. If not, he'll ask and I can go ahead and answer them for you. So here we have our limonada. Beautiful tinted green color. Nice. Ooh, that is good. So, so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one aside and move on to the next one. here we have our limonada. Again, you can make these in advance, kind of like if you're gonna do it for a party. So you can do them a whole day, 2 days in advance, get them nice and chilled, however you want. Let me go ahead and, since I don't have 20 blenders, now I'm gonna have to rinse it and do all that, but it's okay. Gives me time. Okay, so I'm gonna put my water down here. Put my sugar aside.
Virginia's saying that they like to add pepino, strawberries, or strawberries to the lemonade.
Oh, that would be good, Virginia. So you can add some cucumbers if you would like to the lemonade. You can add some strawberries as well. And if you want to get a little bit more creative, what you could also do is you can add some lime in there and kind of turn it into like a very minty mojito, a virgin mojito. But that's also good for a kid. It'll get a nice flavor. Parents, I know what you're thinking. Yes, you can do that as well. But for the kiddos, you can add a little bit of mint in there. You can always throw a whole bunch of different stuff in there. It doesn't have to just be like this. Remember, I'm just showing you the authentic way of doing it, and then you're more than welcome to alter it as you please. All right, so let's see. Oh, stuck. Aha. All right, let's go ahead and get started on to our next one. So next, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna do our our melon. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is, again, I already have my melon diced up. So I'm gonna throw in my melon. Again, I have a medium-sized melon for what it is. All right, so I have my melon in there. Now, I know a lot of you are probably questioning about the pecans. So I had a lot of questions about the pecans. A good thing that you can either add the pecans or not. In Mexico, they like to add pecans to add that extra flavor. It enhances the melon flavor. You can toast your pecans if you like. I did because it releases that extra oils from the pecans. So I toasted them on top of the stove for a little bit. Or you can just not do any pecans at all if you do have an allergy to pecans or any nut at that point. So I went ahead and I have half a cup of pecans. Again, I toasted them. You don't have to if you don't want to. Remember, all that toasting is going to do to them is it's just going to enhance the flavor of the melon.
And make your house smell really good.
And make your house smell really good, because that's what obviously I did. Cantaloupe. Oh, we're going to add some vanilla. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon, which equals to 3 teaspoons of vanilla. Alrighty. And then I'm going to add the same 8 cups of water. I'm not going to add the evaporated or the condensed milk just yet, because that is added into the end. First, we're going to do our base, and then we're going to sweeten it up. So what am I looking for? We're going to use our water, 8 cups of water. Okay. We're going to go ahead and close that lid up. Like this. There's little notches. Where do they go? Ah. Somebody say something. There we go. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. And I'm going to turn it into a medium. Again, you're going to emulsify everything. So probably 2 to 3 minutes. If you don't have what I'm using like a Ninja, then you know go ahead and blend it for a little bit longer until you get it all incorporated. so here we have our, you know what I should have done? I should take it off first. Now that I know how to do this. Okay, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is now I'm gonna go ahead and strain my melon before I add my other ingredients into it. Again, all you're trying to do here is you're trying to catch all that pulp, all that extra residue. If you're seeing that you're having a hard time with it kind of liquefying or straining out, you can go ahead and get a spoon and kind of mix it out or get all that liquid out of there. This smells amazing, guys. I'm a little sad that I'm on a diet, but best believe I'm not gonna not taste it, because I am. I might even drink it all. Just kidding, I won't do that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mix out the, honestly, this is probably the longest part. Is trying to get all the juice out. Everything else is super quick and simple. And the funny thing is that a lot of the questions that I get are, oh my God, I can't believe, or not a question, the comments that I get is, oh my God, I can't believe melon was so easy. Yeah. Super easy. Again, this is probably the thing that takes the longest. Now you are going to get a little bit of the flavor, or depends how your palate is. You will get a little bit of the flavor of the nuez, or you might not. If you're not using, obviously, the pecans, you won't get any of the flavor. However you decide to do it. Again, I'm showing you the most authentic Mexican way possible. All right, let's go ahead and add some more. We're almost done. Go ahead and get that pulp out of there. I mean, the liquid out of the pulp. If you guys have any questions, remember to leave them. Remember to like, comment, and share the video to enter into the giveaway. Alright, let me go ahead and put this aside. Thank you. We're almost done. We're almost done. Again, the straining part is probably the longest part of this whole thing. We're down to the core here, the last bit. Last bit, and that is all of it.
You're saying the pulp is the best part.
Ugh. Technically, I could go for a little bit of the shreds into the melon. I'm okay with that, of getting a little bit of like the melon chunks in there. So if I wanted to, I'd kind of throw kind of the pulp in there if I really wanted to. It also turns into a huge texture thing for a lot of people, so it can go either way. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is now I'm gonna add, what is this? 12 ounces, 1 can of evaporated milk.
Sean is asking what your favorite agua fresca is.
My favorite agua fresca, if I had to say the truth, it's the sweet tooth in me. I like horchata. I'm a chef that loves sweets. That's why I became a pastry chef. So my favorite is horchata, but I go for all of them. The one I do not actually like, that's my least favorite, is Jamaica. I don't do that one. Okay, so I have my 14 ounce, which is 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Let me grab a spoon. This is probably the part I like about my horchata, is this condensed milk. Now, this recipe is a lot, and I am using a smaller pitcher. So if I was using a bigger pitcher, I mean, either I would have less or I could dilute it a little bit more. You can do it however you please. Mine possibly can't be diluted as much because there's not enough room. But it works. So good. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna add some water to top it off. Just to kind of dilute it a little bit because it is gonna be very sweet. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up. Nice and slow because it's already making a mess. Truthfully, campers, I think I've told you guys this before. If any of you want to come and kind of clean my house as I go, I definitely appreciate it because I hate that part at the end. Cleaning it up. I always make a mess, always. Alrighty, so I went ahead and incorporated all of that. I'm gonna go ahead and taste it before I put some ice in it. Oh boy. You guys gotta try this. I'm gonna go ahead and add some ice. Now myself, what I like about this this melon is it's not too powerful of a melon flavor. You are getting that nuez flavor in it as well, so it's excellent. I think you really get to enjoy that authenticness of the melon recipe. Let's go ahead and put this aside so we have our melon here. Let me go ahead and clean up before we start on our next recipe. I have a surprise for you guys. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat box below. If you have tried it another way and you want to share with everybody, also share that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on. Come on, buddy, work with me. There we go. Okay, let me go ahead and grab some more water before I start. I hope you guys are really enjoying these. Again, they're a lot of fun to make. They're super, super easy, which is super cool.
Gina and Justin say that they're having fun.
I'm sorry?
Gina and Justin are saying that they're having fun.
I'm glad, Justin, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Again, this is a lot of fun. It's a quick way to make some aguas frescas. If I were having a dinner party, and I would probably theme it Mexico, I'd probably do all of these different drinks and kind of have them set out with a party and different things. So it's an easy, quick way to pretty much have a nice refresher for your party.
Virginia's asking if you can just use evaporated milk and stevia instead for low sugar option.
Absolutely. So another good option of, I use a lot of monk fruit in my home. I don't use actual sugar. I just do it for the purpose of this. So I could use monk fruit as my sweetener. You can use stevia. There's a lot of alternatives. Again, if you do need an alternative and you really want to try this recipe, reach out to me and I'll give you that recipe, that alternative on how to do this. Because I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to try this. Yes, I could use monk fruit myself and then drink this and I will be fine because it's pretty much just fruits. But again, a lot of the fruits that I'm using, except for like the lemonade, the limonada, a lot of the fruits already have a lot of sugar in it. So you can kind of do with or do without. I like to stick to my water on a daily basis, so I'm trying to avoid any of these juices, but it's a quick, easy juice to get done for a quick party or a quick snack or a quick beverage to have with you at home. So let's go ahead and get on our next one. This is going to be a surprise recipe. I did not include it into the thing because it's such a simple recipe, but we are going to be doing, let me get it. Agua de Sandia. I was going to say melon. Sandia. So we are going to do agua de sandia. What I'm going to go ahead and do is you can either get, if you want to make it easier, even though we're still going to strain the seeds, you can get it without seeds. I tend to like the seeds in my watermelon because it helps with that sweetness in your watermelon. I know a lot of these watermelons are not in season right now, so it gets a little bit harder, but the good thing is we are using sweeteners to help it out. So I am going to be doing agua de sandia. Again, I'm going to fill this up probably about 8 cups. Just like that. All right, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add 8 cups of water. Same thing. And then what I'm going to go ahead and add to this one, I'm going to add a full cup of, even though watermelon is a lot sweeter, because of dilution of the water, you're going to need a lot more sweetener in it. So I'm going to do 1 cup of sugar. That's another downfall of a lot of these recipes, a lot of these aguas, is it does hold a lot of sugar in them. Okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is same thing as always, blend it up. All right, so here I have my agua de sandia. Same step as always, I'm gonna go ahead and strain that out. This one is also gonna have a lot of pulp, so this one is gonna take a little bit. I'm being very serious about somebody coming to clean because this is just too much for me. I'm really glad I got to meet some of you this weekend when I did the drop-offs of the merchandise. Remember guys, we are still doing the merch. So we have shirts, aprons, kid aprons. We still have a little bit of each of them. So I encourage you guys, that those of you who are part of Camp Puga, get your kiddo one. I encourage you guys not just to help me, but let them be a part of something. And I always try to tell you guys this is, us as adults or parents, we always like to watch either YouTubers or we have our little hobbies that we indulge in for ourselves. Now that your kiddos are kind of investing their time into doing something fun and learning something different, invest into them and giving them a little shirt. You can give them a nice spatula spoon combo, an apron. Again, if you are interested in it, you can reach out to me and I can go ahead and get one of those for you. And with anything local, I will drop it off myself. Anything outside of El Paso, I can go ahead and get it delivered to you. So please feel free to reach out. We will be doing those probably at this point forever, but right now we're at a limited amount for what we have in stock. And then to talk a little bit about, to piggyback, I guess you would call it, to piggyback. Oh, Georgina, you'll come clean. Let's do this. Another cool thing that I like to see on here and that a lot of you may not know, And I'm glad Georgina commented. Georgina is actually one of my former students at the school I used to teach at. Or I teach at, whoa, that came out. At the school I teach at, she was one of my former students who is also interested in becoming a chef someday, and she's really kept in touch. So she's very active and wanting to help and stuff. So you might someday see her on here. Who knows? It'd be really cool. Okay, we'll go ahead and strain this. I was trying to piggyback. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm talking a little bit about what our future plan for Camp Puga is. Okay. So Camp Puga for the future right now, and I say this proudly, I do want to expand Camp Puga. If you haven't already seen now that we are going to be doing private lessons. So we are doing private lessons. We are doing wine parties. A wine party pretty much is I give you a selection of wine with the ingredients for a recipe. You kind of get into a Zoom. Kiddos, if you want to invite your friends and kind of do a kid camp night, just tell your parents. Either each kid can kind of pay for their own if you want to do it that way, because their parents are now pretty much getting a full dinner or a dinner. Or if you want to do it for a birthday party and have it at everybody's home. So I know nowadays we're doing a lot of the drive sounds weird. Parades, am I going to say drive-bys? We're doing a lot of the parades for parties. So this is a quick, easy, you just book some time with me. Not on a Sunday at 6 o'clock, that's for sure, because we're doing Camp Puga. But you book some time with me for a birthday and say, you know what, everybody, either I bought you the groceries and they're being delivered to your door, or you can buy the recipes by yourself, make it a little easier for you parents for the birthday party. And everyone join in on Zoom and learn how to cook with me, and I get to interact with you personally, answer questions that you may have. And then it's a great opportunity to do something different. Not only is it a birthday party, but now it's an interactive birthday party. So I know, especially Valentine's Day, I put it out in this time for that reason, because I know Valentine's Day might end up being a really big one. I've had some people already reach out to me. I've done this previously before. A member on here has reached out to me to do it for Girl Scouts. So we have done a face-to-face, but now we're doing a little bit more where we're going to start doing date nights, things like that. So more opportunities. In the future, I do plan on actually doing a stationary kitchen and hosting Camp Puga there. That's the goal. I'm putting it out there because that's what I want. I want to actually open a kitchen here in El Paso dedicated to events where you get to go and cook and learn, not just learn how to be a chef, but also learn how to cook. So Camp Puga live in person. So if any of you out there know of a kitchen that needs to be taken over, I would appreciate the love to let me know. I am looking around. That's the goal right now. And initially, yes, I want to be a teacher forever. But this gives me an opportunity to be my own teacher and come up with my own curriculum and put out positivity amongst my program, amongst all. So there's a way. I know there is. And I know I'll get it. Because as I set my mind to do it, I'll do it. Alrighty, we're in the last part of our agua. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. Again, I'm going to add some more water to that, just to dilute it a little bit, even though I've diluted it enough. I'm going to rinse off my spoon. Go ahead and mix that up because I do have sugar. I do have the concentrate of the watermelon. I'm going to taste it first. If I need to add some more sugar, I will. If not, I'll leave it as is. All right, let's go ahead and try this. That's another good one. I'm actually impressed with myself. Great. Let's go ahead and add some ice. Alrighty, let's go ahead and pour this in. There we go. Agua de Sandia. Got adding one more to there. Put that aside. All right, question?
Saying that there's a restaurant on Giles that closed.
A restaurant on Giles that closed. I will look into that. Thank you. Who told me that?
That was Sandra.
Sandra, thank you so much for that information. I will take it and run with it. All right. Now for my favorite. Let's move on to the horchata. Let me go ahead and move this aside. I'm gonna move this forward. All right, so to get started, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we are gonna start cooking our rice. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to get roughly about 4 to 5 cups of water. All right, so I'm gonna put some water inside of my pot here. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna cook down your rice. So if you have a little bit more water than you need, it's okay. You're gonna strain it back out again, just like we just did with everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and add half a cup of white rice. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and let that boil. As we're letting that boil, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna grab 1 stick of cinnamon. And we're gonna go ahead and throw that cinnamon stick into our pot. So if you made arroz con leche with us last week, I'm gonna tell you that you are repeating the recipe. Because that's exactly how you make horchata. You do the whole recipe like if you were to do arroz con leche, except your evaporated and your condensed milk is added at the end once you kind of strain everything out to give it that milky taste. So you're gonna boil your rice with the cinnamon stick in there. You're gonna let it come to a boil. It's okay if it's not fully cooked. You want it to be, if it's still gonna be a little chunky, you're still gonna strain it and you're still going to add more milks into it. So I'm gonna go ahead, if you're making horchata with this, again, this one is a little bit longer. So you're gonna go ahead and wait till your water, rice, and cinnamon sticks start to boil. Take about 5 minutes. While that's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit. If you need some time to catch up, go ahead. This is the time for you to catch up. I do want to ask a question for those of you who are on here and who are very active with Campuga. If you do really want to make those enchiladas and you think it'd be a great recipe for your kiddo to learn, please leave it in the comment box below and say, yes, please do enchiladas. Or if you are a little concerned about the frying of the tortilla because of the kiddos, again, the good thing is when we do get into Campuga live in person, there will be assistance and stuff to kind of be able to learn these kinds of things and there to be help, professional help to guide them through this. But if you as a parent think your kiddo will really benefit from learning enchiladas, please let me know and I will love to do enchiladas. And as long as you parents can guarantee me that you will be there with them, I will guide you guys through the whole way. So if you are pro doing enchiladas, please let me know in the comments below. I see 3 of you have said yes. So if you are wanting to do enchiladas, I know we had a lot of yes and no's, but please reach out to me if you are active on Campuga and we can go ahead and get those done for you. We'll do it. If not, what we can also do is I can post the video as in like a bonus feature and we can go ahead and you can go ahead and do it, and it won't be a live video. It'll just be a how-to, and you can do it. Or I would love to do it live. That way we can work with it together. So I'm seeing a lot of yeses, which is really, really cool. So I'm glad those of you who are very active in Campuga want to do something like that. Keeps me excited. All right, so here we have our rice. It's going. What I'm gonna go ahead and do, just for purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and add another half a cup of rice because I have it. You don't have to if you don't have it. All this is gonna do, and again, because I like horchata, is gonna enhance that horchata flavor. Do as you please. I just made a mess. More than I already have. Again, like I said before, when somebody asked me which one was my favorite, horchata is my favorite, 100%. So I'm gonna try to get as much of that horchata flavor as I can, and that's adding more rice. If I probably had the chance to, I'd probably leave the rice in there and let it completely kind of dissolve, because I don't mind it. Some people just want that flavor and they just do it like that, so you can do it any way you like. Again, we're gonna do about 5 minutes before this starts boiling, and then we can just move on, which is really cool. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, which is cool. So I guess we're at this point gonna do it. I do see we have about 15, it runs about 15 to 20 people actually watching. So again, if you are making aguas with us today, please comment in the box below what you're doing. Kiddos, campers, what are you guys doing? So if you're doing melon, you can put, I don't know if there's a melon, you can write melon. If you're doing limonada, you're more than welcome to either put the emoji or write it out what you guys are making. Let me know. Let's see what you guys decided. Or if you decided to do all three, embark in the journey with me, then put all three in there, what you decided to do. So just let us know what you're doing. I like to interact with you, even though this is not face-to-face, but it's a great opportunity to do so. I see an horchata. Again, my favorite, it's the best. You're not gonna wanna take it off the stove until you see it boiling. You're getting that nice smell, kind of that horchata smell, really, really good. Again, another really, really simple recipe. So we've done limonada, melon, sandia, and now we're doing horchata. 4 different aguas frescas. Limonada and horchata. Who's that? Nicole? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nicole, for commenting. Thank you, Roxy, Nemo, and the Gonzo family over there for joining in. If you guys are brand new to Campuga, Campuga is officially 10 months old. In March, we will be 1 year old. So we've come to a long journey. We started off about 50 members, honestly. We started off at 50, and then we went from 50 to 1,000. Right now, almost 1,200 in a matter of 10 months. So really cool how far this has gone. It's really exploded, especially here in El Paso. I've gotten a lot of inquiries about it. We are going to be working with a new organization here soon. I need to send some videos in for them. Actually, I'm just thinking of that. So Campuga is growing, guys. It's not just Campuga anymore. It's not going to be private parties, things like that. So like I said, that's the goal, is to grow Campuga as far as we can. My goal is to be able to create my own lessons, my own curriculum with Campuga. Thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Alrighty, we're getting a...
Just if you've had strawberry horchata.
I have not had strawberry horchata, but I will say I've had strawberry nuez horchata from Vista Market. That's another great place where you can kind of go try different ones. You can also make that pistachio one. I will tell you, guaranteed, the pistachio, I'm going to ruin it for everybody. The pistachio agua from Vista, they do use food coloring to enhance the green coloring. Also in your pistachio ice cream, if you did not know, It's not actually, I mean, it's a tint green, but it's not actually green. They actually use tinted color to get that green pistachio color. Fortunately, everything else has a natural color. That one, and they kind of lied to you. But hey, it's still good. I'm not going to hate on it.
We did have a coconut one.
Huh?
We did have the coconut one.
We did have a coconut one?
The coconut horchata.
Oh, yeah. Coconut horchata. I got to go to take some merchandise down to Las Cruces this weekend. And I got to meet some campers, also, or parents of campers. But I also stopped at Mateo's Mexican restaurant. Tell me you hate it or you don't, or you love it. Truthfully, I love it. They also have a lot of different flavors of horchatas. I like to go there. Great place. Also very local. It's owned by people in Las Cruces. Great people. I've never personally met them, but hopefully someday this will kind of join us together. I would like to collaborate in something that we can kind of do for you guys. Again, a lot of you parents that do know people that you want something of collaboration, I would be more than happy to collaborate and get an opportunity to do something. That's kind of where Camp Puga is going with all of this. So there is opportunity for growth, and I'm okay and open to your suggestions is what I'm going for. All right, so we have it boiling here. You can see the steam going. I'm gonna go ahead and let this boil for 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and start blending it together and kind of coming out together. Super cool. I'm gonna kind of spread out that rice because I don't want it to stick or burn. So we're gonna go about 1 minute, and then we're gonna go ahead and add it into the blender and strain it out, call it a day. Another quick and easy one. This one, you guys, is my absolute favorite. If I could, I'd drink the whole gallon tonight, but I won't. Maybe I will. I haven't also eaten dinner, or eaten at all. All right, so about 10, 15 more seconds. Get all that last flavor out of that horchata, or the rice is what I'm saying. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and turn this off. Parents, this is where you're gonna wanna jump in and help, because if you are making horchata, you do not want to have your kiddo burn themselves. Okay, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and add my horchata mixture, rice, water, and cinnamon stick all together in this blender. Just like that.
Virginia asked, how do you make agua de mazapan?
Ooh, agua mazapan is very similar to this. So the only other ingredient you would add is a mazapan. Wow, that was very white of me. You would add your mazapan in here. So you would add probably 3 to 4 mazapanes into your agua horchata, and then you'll get that nuez flavor. Or you can roast up some nuez, some pecans, throw that in there, not do the actual mazapanes. You can do pecans, and then you can add a little bit of brown sugar into it to give it that nice caramelization flavor, and that's how you make agua de mazapan. So another simple agua to make. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and blend this.
Jessica is saying Appliance Source used to have a working kitchen in the back and hosted cooking classes. Not sure if it's still available, but it might be an option.
Thank you. I will. Who said that?
Jessica Salas.
Oh, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and blend this horchata, which is the rice, cinnamon, and water. We're gonna put it on a medium. I could close the lid here before it splashed. Luckily, you guys didn't see that. All right, let's try that again. Alrighty, so it's starting to get, if you blend it for way too long, what will happen is it'll start kind of thickening. And that's the rice wanting to kind of clump up together. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna twist this off. Don't blend it for too long. Come out. No? Oh, there's too much pressure in there, that's why. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do, ow, it's hot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and strain this out. Again, this one is going to take a little bit longer. You have your rice here, so. I might have done it a little too long. So, I'm glad this kind of happened because there is a way of avoiding all of this, of getting no liquid out of it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do before I strain it, don't think you've messed it up because you haven't. If you blend it too much, what you're gonna go ahead and do is you're gonna add your condensed and your evaporated milk to liquefy it. You're gonna liquefy your rice and then you can go ahead and strain it then. So you're kind of working a little backwards, but it works out all the same way. You're just loosening up your rice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add half of the condensed milk. I'm not gonna add it all, because I want to add it at the end just in case it tries to thicken it a little too much. And because I am going to still be adding some water into it, I'm going to add a little bit of water into that to help loosen it up again. Again, horchata is very forgiving, guys. Horchata is very forgiving, so don't think if you blend it up too much, you messed it up. You definitely did not. All you're doing is you're gonna get that flavor, extra flavor from it. So I'm gonna mix it up here, get it all those clumps kind of broken up. And then I'm gonna go back to what I was doing, which was the straining it out. So I just worked a little backwards, but it's okay. Alrighty, so I'm gonna let that strain a little bit and I'm gonna mix up this concoction here that I have just to get that all that rice mixed up so it doesn't clump up too much. And then as it does that, I can pour a little out. I'm probably making a mess, but it's okay. This is what I get for using a big strainer with a small pitcher. And of course, Campu is all about having fun, so don't make a difference. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna throw this out. Keep going. Mix this up a little bit, get that rice from clumping, kind of liquefy it. Grab your spoon, strain it out. Okay, let's empty that out. Do a little bit more. I'm gonna mix it here. Get it all nice and liquefied. When you're using a strainer, it's never clean. Trust me, never. For those of you who have used it to make chile, kind of like for the enchiladas, never is it gonna be clean. As much as you wish for. Okay. Let's do a little bit more here, mix it up. Think about done there. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is put that in here like this. I'm gonna clean up my area here before I move on. Okay, but before I add some more water in there, I'm gonna add that rest of the can of the condensed milk. Remember to lick your spoon. Great stuff. There's still some in there for you kiddos. Don't throw it away. Okay, before I put some water in there, I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up. And then I'm gonna grab some water to add some water to this just to top it off. And so it won't be super, super sweet. So you're probably gonna add another 3 cups of water to dilute the sweetness of your horchata. Or if you're like me and you just like it super sweet, you can do it that way too. It's probably like diabetes. I know it's diabetes, but I call it diabetes. In a pitcher. All right. Always making a mess. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. See what that tastes like. Ah. Excellent. Go ahead and add some ice. Alrighty, let's add some horchata to that. Go ahead and put that aside. Put this up. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is kind of gather everything here. Show our last little step, and we'll be done. All right, so we started off with our limonada, then we did melon, move this to the side, then we did sandia, and then we did horchata. So we have our horchata here, sandia, melon, limonada. 4 different aguas, Mexican aguas. What I like to do, my one last thing, you can never forget, whoa, took that off. A little bit of cinnamon on my horchata right on top, just to finish it off. Hope you guys really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to make all of these different aguas with you. We did limonada, melon, sandia, and horchata. Really quick, really simple, really easy recipe to do. If you guys really like this, remember to like, comment, and share the video. The video will stay up, so you're more than welcome to always go back and retry any of these recipes. And as always, guys, see you next time. Have a flavorful day. Bye, guys.